week 12 of the fantasy basketball season. And here's a few centers I've looked to trade this week, time of recording this video. None of these players have been placed on the safety or protocol list. The first guy, Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. So Joel Embiid, no doubt about it, he's a great talent. No doubt about it that he's an MVP candidate each season in and season out. But right now, he's a guy I just can't count on to stay on the court for a full season. On the season, 26.5 points a game, 10.9 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.2 steals a game, 1.4 blocks a game, 1.4 threes a game, and 47% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, his numbers have exploded. 32 points a game, 11.2 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.4 steals a game, 1.6 blocks a game, 2 threes, and 55% from the field. So right here, he came off a triple-double in last night's ball game versus the Houston Rockets. And he's another guy, though. He's been on the protocol list. He's been banged up with injuries. And no doubt about it, when he plays, he's a great ball player, is Embiid. But right now, if you're definitely down in the standings as well with him on your roster, I would try something, a 2-for-1 deal to get him off my roster. And his value's at peak, especially coming off the triple-double. So the last few games here for Embiid, December 28th at Toronto, 36 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, 2 threes, 68% from the field. December 30th at the Nets, 34 points, 7 rebounds, an assist, 3 steals, a block, 3 threes, 47% from the field. Then January 3rd at the Houston Rockets, 31 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, a 3, and 60% from the field. So right here, putting up huge ball games. I know Ben Simmons still hasn't reported to this team, or they still haven't traded him, so it's all going to be on Embiid's shoulders. But right now, he's just a guy I can't trust when it's crunch time. Especially, he's missed a lot of games throughout his career, and right now, his value's at a peak. The second center I look to sell high and trade this week is Kevin Love of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Kevin Love with an emergence type of season here for him, but he's another guy I can't trust staying on the court the whole season. So on the season, 14.6 points a game, 7.6 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 2.7 threes a game, and 44% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, Kevin Love's turned back the clock with some big ball games, 23.8 points a game, 9.2 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 4.7 threes a game, and 50% from the field here for Love. So Love scoring the basketball well, but also this Cavalier team, they've missed some players over the last few weeks for injuries and protocol issues, but Allen's back in the lineup. Evan Mobley, he's been back over the last few games. Darius Garland, he should return in tonight's ball game as well for Cleveland. And Rajon Rondo's going to report, so his scoring is definitely going to go down a little bit here for Kevin Love. And he's been playing out of his mind the last few games. December 30th at Washington, 24 points, 11 rebounds, and assists, a steal, 4 threes, 46% from the field. December 31st versus the Atlanta Hawks, 35 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 7 threes, 55% from the field. And January 2nd versus the Pacers, 20 points, 8 boards, 4 assists, a steal, 3 threes, and 46% from the field. So right here, he's playing great basketball. But like I mentioned, with all those players coming back to the lineup here for Cleveland, he's definitely going to take a minute's hit in my opinion, and the scoring's going to go down. So I would trade off Love this weekend. The third and final center I look to trade this week's Kristaps Porzingis of the Dallas Mavericks. So Porzingis, this time it's not really his fault. He just got caught up in the safety and protocol problem, and now he's going to be out for a few games. But he's been actually holding up pretty decently this season, not having an injury. But right now, Kristaps Porzingis is playing good, and he's a guy I would just try to get off my roster because year in and year out, he's another player that just misses so much time during the season, and a guy I would trade, especially with a good year that he's had on the season. 20.6 points a game, 8 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.7 blocks a game, 1.5 threes a game, and 45% from the field. But the last few weeks here, before he got placed on the protocol list, 27.3 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 2.3 blocks, a steal a game, 1.5 threes a game, and 51% from the field, which is way shooting over his head. So the last few games here for him before he went on the protocol list, December 27th at the Blazers, 34 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 3 threes, 57% from the field. December 29th at the Kings, 24 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, a steal, 3 blocks, a 3, 42% from the field. And that's December 31st at Sacramento. 24 points, 9 boards, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 2 threes, 66% from the field. So right here, good numbers for Porzingis. I wouldn't just trade him for anything, but right now, it's just a guy that he don't play a full season, and you've been lucky so far what you've gotten from him in terms of games played and the scoring. So if I could get something of decency for Porzingis, this would be the time to do it. So that's a few centers I look to trade off for Week 12 of the fantasy basketball season.